Epilepsy by Jenna, Lauren Berry, and Kylie Lotney. Signal transduction pathway. Cell-to-cell communication allows cells to communicate with each other via chemical messages. There are 3 steps in cell communication. Step 1, reception, where the signaling molecule, known as the lesion, binds to a receptor molecule to change the shape of a protein. Step 2, transduction, which converts the signal to another form for a specific cellular response. And finally, step 3, the response, which activates a cellular response. Cell-to-cell communication. There are 4 types of cell-to-cell communications: endocrine, direct, paracrine, and synaptic. Endocrine is a type of long-distance signaling that uses hormones to travel via the circulatory system and other parts of the cell. Paracrine, direct, and synaptic signaling are all types of local signaling. Paracrine signaling secretes messenger molecules into the extracellular fluid and to nearby cells. Direct contact communicates with cells via a gap junction in animal cells and a plasmodesma in plant cells. Synaptic signaling, which is directly involved with epilepsy, involves neurons in the brain, but we'll talk about that later. Epilepsy pathway. What is epilepsy? Epilepsy is also known as seizure disorder. It is when a person experiences a series of unpredicted seizures. As a result, a person with epilepsy has an abnormal amount of cellular activity in the brain. In normal synaptic signaling, the electric signal is sent down the axon of the nerve called the neuron. An electrical signal triggers the release of neurotransmitters, which act as the lesion, and they diffuse through the synapse before reaching the lesion-gated ion channel to stimulate the target cell. There are 2 types of neurons: excitatory neurons, which release glutamine, an excitatory neurotransmitter, and inhibitory neurons, which release GABA, which is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. When glutamine binds to the receptor site, it opens the gate, and ions flow through this open gate. Then, the GABA neurotransmitter closes the gate when it binds to it. The brain of an epileptic person sends out either too many excretory or too little inhibitory transmitters. This causes a seizure to occur because of the abnormal or excessive brain activity. The picture of a normal brain versus the epileptic brain shows the increase of activity in an epileptic brain versus a normal brain. Some famous people who have epilepsy were Theodore Roosevelt and Neil Young. Causes. Epilepsy can run in a family, so it can be inherited from your parents. There has been more substantial evidence that epilepsy is polygenic, meaning that it is caused by multiple chromosomes rather than just by a single gene. However, a rare condition that can cause epilepsy can be traced back to ring 20 chromosome. This mutation, which happens early in pregnancy, is caused by a piece of genetic material missing from each end of chromosome 20, causing the ends to fuse together and form a ring. However, epilepsy is most commonly caused by brain tumors, brain injuries,
Bang!
infections, or mutations of the receptor proteins. Symptoms. The symptoms of epilepsy include fainting or fatigue, muscle contractions, pins and needles, convulsive seizures with foaming at the mouth, and amnesia, anxiety, depression, headaches, sleepiness, staring spells, or temporary paralysis after a seizure. We're excited. The end.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Bye.